Yes, James, on the Cody Collision. This must be the bargain of the year. There's an amazing parade of arcade quality games for this console, just right for those of you who love playing classics. 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 For those of you who love playing classics.
Yo, what is cooking? What is up, Dumpster Dwellers? It's the March 2023 wrap up for Movie Dumpster, man.
It's finally here. It's April, but here it comes.
It's April 1st. I saw somebody in the comments was like, "Are they fucking with us? Are they? Is there really a live show today? It's an April Fool's? No, it's not April Fool's."
The thought crossed my mind when we were talking about doing this today, and we didn't really have a ton of time to shout it out to you folks,
Dude.
just due to some stuff we're going to talk about today. But yes, we are here. We're not robots. This is not your imagination.
It's all a dream, Gordon Freeman. No,
We need 80s robot. Bring in the tab.
It's a no. What the fuck was I just gonna say?
I don't know.
Whatever.
For a loop. Three for your loop.
This is what happens when you're live. You can't like take a second and be like, "What did I say?"
Collect your
You
thoughts.
know, and you fix it in the cut. Nope.
You were saying people thought we were fucking with
Oh
them.
yeah, we thought. Well, yeah, well, I didn't even know it was April 1st. That's what it was. And I was like, and I didn't. It didn't even cross my mind. And I'm like seeing shit on Facebook, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, that's bogus. What the fuck is? Oh, it's okay, yeah, right, gotcha.
I got real good last year.
Mm.
I was talking to Tony from Hack the Movies back when we used to work together,
Yeah.
and Ghostbusters Afterlife 2. It got revealed, and I texted Joe about this too. They got me for like 20 minutes, saying The Rock's gonna be in Ghostbusters Afterlife 2. And I was like, oh man, that's gonna be so stupid. And then I was like trying to like spin it in my own head, like how it could be decent. And then like I like thought about it after talking to Tony, and he's like, wait, it's fucking April 1st. And I'm like, oh shit,
You
you're
spent
right.
all that time
And
thinking
then he was
about it.
busting my balls for like a week about
Oh,
that.
man.
But anyway,
All right. So before we get cooking, we're gonna say hello to everybody. And here what we got. We got Daniel Belcher. What's cooking? We
what's
got
up?
Eisenwolf666. What's up? We got
Bill.
Bill Elstree, Johnny Browning, Nacho Diablo, Ty the Blockbuster Guy, RJ. Who else we got? We got Julie's in there.
yeah,
Of course
Richard
she is.
Kimball,
Red-
Jerry. We were talking about Jerry earlier.
Yeah.
The Jerry connection. Maybe we'll bring that up during the
He's-
show.
Our attorney is here, so we're all good to go. Brian Sanchez, what's cooking?
What's going on? Christopher Darlington, what's up? Grizzlehorn.
Grizzlehorn.
I like that username. WSTML555, welcome back.
What's up? Did you say Christopher Darlington already?
We could say it twice.
All
doesn't
right.
hurt.
Say it twice. Third time's a charm. I'll eat anything you
Oh,
want
and,
me to eat.
and do one thing. Click that thing at the top there where it says Top Chat.
Yeah.
Switch it to Live Chat.
Oh.
Because for some reason, YouTube just
Oh.
defaults to Top Chat, and then like a bunch of comments just don't appear.
Oh yeah,
I
that,
don't know
Oh
why.
yeah, that got all fucked up.
I-
Change OTV, what's cooking?
Yeah. Pro tip from Movie Dumpster
Pro tip.
to anyone that
We're-
didn't know that.
We are professionals,
Yeah.
folks.
Well, now you guys know that too.
Yeah.
Who else is in
hold on, just
here?
bust it.
There's Hack the Movies. He heard his ears were
His
ringing.
ears were definitely ringing.
Yeah.
Trident the Fan, what's cooking? Small Town Reviews, what's going on? Cheers, Cody
Cody.
Hatfield.
House of Fuhrer.
House of Fuel. Dave and Dog. And that's it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Brian Cryer's here too.
Yes, I saw a few other names on there scoot by. We'll address you as we see you come through.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
So what is up? Boy, oh boy. What a month. I feel like we've been saying it like every month. We're like, man, it was a fucking month, man. It feels like 5 months.
But I was literally thinking about that on my way over here. Yeah. Like, oh man, we're gonna do that again, but like we kind of have to because it literally has been another one of those months where like just the fucking earth and the wind and everything in between is like, fuck you guys, in particular, especially this man to my left, unfortunately.
It's just fucking humping, dude. Like all the time.
For sure.
Like burning the candle at both ends, and I'm not complaining. It's all good stuff. It's just I'm really fucking tired, and it's a lot. So it's like, trying to get everything done. So we're going to address a few things today. Not right this second, but we're going to talk a little bit about as the show goes on. We're going to talk about a few things and just a slight restructure, just so that we have a little bit more wiggle room. We thought we gave ourselves enough, but not enough.
Well, and part of the show, and I feel like we've talked about this before in the past, is it's a constant learning experience for us. Well, in the behind the scenes aspect of doing things, we talk about, okay, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and, we have a pretty good idea of what we can accomplish, but then, like we just started to say, life gets in the fucking way and says, you know what, that plan, that finely crafted plan, you spent all that, but you stacked all those toothpicks and those cards on top of each other. Well, here comes life to just blow it over in an instant.
Sometimes shit happens, and who are you going to call?
Exactly, exactly.
But it's a lot of like, there's just big projects, and like outside of the show, there's big projects, and it takes a lot of time to do those projects. Lots of late nights, lots of early mornings, but again, it's all good stuff. It's just when it comes to the show, we're trying to get it so that it's consistent and that it's out when it's supposed to be, and we're not like, hey, this got fucked up, we got to fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying our best anyway. As you know, this is not our full-time gig, obviously, so we're trying to fix it up best we can. Who's Zegas alleged? Zegas, I can't believe I'm in the same chat room as the ever alleged famous Tony from Act Movies. Tony said ban him.
Oh my
Not
God.
here, bucko. It's the fucking Wild Wild West.
I see Tyler the Leper, by the way. I can start reading some of these comments.
Yeah. Let's kick it. Oh, Boots the Cat, what's up?
They've been searching for some Rule 34 GVD. Ain't been successful. Well, you're talking to the right crowd. Someone in here could either draw that or find it for you.
Do I gotta scroll up? What do we got cooking?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go up a little bit, I don't think you have to go too crazy here.
Not too much.
Yeah, Tony. Actually, I want to go up. I do want to respond to what Tony said there. Because I was making the joke about
Kumail?
The Rock when I got fooled last year.
Oh, yeah.
So Kumail, God, I know this man's last name, but it is escaping me right now. And Patton Oswalt are now cast in Afterlife too, and there's a few other names. Here's the thing, Tony. Yeah, I get what you're saying. He's saying it's way worse. The Rock, based on everything we've now found out about Shazam and Black Adam, I think is a way more toxic aspect to a film than Patton fucking Oswalt. And I understand he's a very polarizing character, especially due to his political opinions on Twitter. But
Rock has more pull than Patton Oswalt does.
Pull, yes, sure. I'm specifically saying people love or hate Patton Oswalt. I think The Rock is kind of like, unless you really know about him, if you just watch his movies, you would be like, oh, The Rock, I love The Rock.
Yes,
if that even makes any goddamn sense.
I think The Rock in general isn't a bad guy, though, is he?
Yeah, it does some shady shit.
Like
yeah.
What? Like makes energy drinks to stop your fucking heart?
I don't want to go heavy duty into this. That's why. But it's like the stuff with Shazam, where
yeah, well, he's a fucking asshole.
He basically tried to steer the ship and fucking strong-arm DC to make the fucking movies all about Black Adam versus Superman, and then obviously it didn't ever happen.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. He had the pull to do that. He also didn't want to be a bad guy, and it's like, well, that's the character, dude. You can't make him an anti-hero, even though he did, and it was like, whatever.
Listen,
now you got one fucking movie. Congratulations. Yeah, that's it.
Again, like, I respect The Rock's hustle, and I respect his many years of entertainment he gave me in the squared circle back when I was a fan. But now I'm just kind of like, yeah, he's doing his thing. He's making his money. I could care less. He's just a kind of cookie cutter action star, in my opinion.
I like his tequila. I think he's fine. Yeah. I think
I don't hate the man
he's
at all.
a good dad, and that's about it. You can tell me, did you see Black Adam?
I had no desire to see it, to be honest.
I watched it with my folks. It was after all of the fucking superhero movies coming out. This movie feels like it should have came out like 10 years ago.
Oh, it's like one of those, yeah.
It's one of those, and it's like I just don't give a shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was fun to see Hugh Grant though.
Oh, he's in that?
He's in that, and I was like, oh, it's Hugh Grant. And then
his rounds.
Yeah, and then we got to see him in Dungeons and Dragons, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
About that a little later.
But yeah, it was just fun to see him. I don't know what the fuck I asked you specifically because I don't remember what the name of his character is. He puts the helmet on, and he's like a magician.
Oh, in Dungeons and Dragons.
No. In DC. He's
Dr. Fate. He's
Dr. Fate. He's
yeah,
Dr. Fate. Yeah, he's like DC's Doctor Strange.
It's not gonna matter anymore. They're redoing it all.
No, I know. I'm just saying it was fun to see him do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, those superhero movies, they're still kind of leaving a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. But Guardians, I hope, will wash that out.
Guardians, I really hope that's not phoned in. It's the last one we're going to get from James.
And we're getting Raccoon's backstory based on the little bit I know about it. I've been trying to avoid trailers, but I just saw little anecdotes from James on Twitter.
I keep forgetting what the main villain's name is, but that's the guy who basically, like, has the planet full of like he's like the not the architect, but he's like the creator or whatever,
something in that vein,
and he like makes like fucked up experiments, and like there's a whole planet of like animal people and shit,
which we're gonna get into in a few weeks, I guess, which is crazy to think about. And on
we're definitely gonna be covering that because the Guardians of the Galaxy is a series that's near and dear to us for a multitude of reasons, and we felt that like that's really not what we do. Typically speaking, but I feel like it's the last one with James Gunn and the original cast attached. Let's just fucking it's the Dark Knight Rises of the Guardians series. So we definitely want to check that out.
I mean, obviously we've talked about superhero stuff.
Yeah.
Beyond, Connor used to always go on about the reverse Flash,
but I mean like
and stuff along those lines. So it's like it's not out of the realm of possibility that we would have talked about it, but we haven't covered it. I guess. Yeah.
Right, but like instead of just casual conversation, it will be a covered piece,
which would be fun.
I really want to talk about James Gunn and like as a filmmaker and inspiration to me and all that kind of stuff. So, and what Guardians meant for Marvel and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, it reshaped a lot of it.
It changed everything. It changed everything because we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Save a lot of those thoughts because I can sit here and go on a fucking 20-minute tangent.
And that's what that's mostly going to be is us talking about it. But anyway. What do you want to jump into? You want to talk about some of the stuff we've been doing with some of our friends?
Sure. Yeah. Before we forget, as we get into this, so we recently, well, I should say because Joe could not make it unfortunately, but I joined Dustin and his co-host Sean on the Flicks and Friends podcast to talk a little From Dusk Till Dawn, the Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino written classic, the vampire classic. I guess I just spoiled it for you a little bit if you've never seen it, but
I think everybody knows by now.
I guess one of those movies that just you don't really know what you're getting into, and then the script flips at least twice. I would argue by the end of it,
a multitude of times, and not only that, but like when I was a kid, I didn't get to talk about this, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. But like I didn't, when I was a kid, the trailers you knew it was a vampire movie.
Yeah,
but the way that it plays out in the movie, you don't expect.
Right. Well, right.
Which is great. That movie's so fucking good. I'm so bummed I got to miss that. I.e. doing a lot of shit, and I had to miss that because I was working. But it is what it is.
And then, like we had said on the last live show, and if you saw the episode, Dustin joined us for Red Clover or St. Patty's Day special. That was again. I don't want to say too much about that because I don't want to like just put the cart before the horse. But goddamn, does that movie fucking suck? But go watch the review to really hear my full of thoughts.
It's real bad. Troy, hold on real quick. Troy McClure, my bad. It was Pierce Brosnan. Duh. Pierce Brosnan was Dr. Fate.
Oh, what did you say?
I said fucking Hugh Grant.
Oh, that's why I was like confused.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
I could see that if you from afar.
No, I got him merged in my head for some reason. But it was good to see Pierce Brosnan. Excuse me.
Yes. Dr. Angelo himself.
He became Dr. Fate. That's what happened. He fucking made Cybo Man, and then he got the fucking helmet. Splits reality and shit or whatever.
We could definitely connect the dots. But we got a $5 donation here from House of Furor, so thank you very much. Saying they would love to see Joe, Trisha, and Tony do a tier list of every Italian wrestler, Italian gimmick, and see who's did it the best. For me, Santino Marella. Oh, God, with that fucking snake puppet.
Dude, I don't fucking know any Italian wrestlers at all.
I mean, he's Italian American.
Yeah, but like, I guess so. Razor Ramon, does he count?
I think he was supposed to. He was.
Hey,
like,
yo.
he was supposed to be like a fucking Latino who. Or
Razor
something, or
Ramon?
Cuban.
Oh, was
supposed
he?
To be. I think that's what he was supposed to. Ramon.
Yeah, so
I don't know. It was a weird gimmick. It's
coming
not
from the guy,
R.I.P..
coming from the guy who said that no Mexican people are called Danny.
Oh, and Predator 2?
Yeah.
Oh, Danny boy.
Danny
specifically.
Trejo?
Wow, okay, fine. I didn't mean it that way on the episode.
Dude, I'm just.
I meant it like
that was just
I
a
guess
perfect
you could- I guess you
opportunity to
could be
bring that
half
up.
Irish, half Mexican. I guess I could take that back. There's probably millions of people out there.
Oh,
I
man.
suppose you got me on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm a big jerk off. It was Pierce Brosnan, folks. I know. I get it.
Well, you didn't know that because the chat was responding while we were talking about
Yes.
it.
Also true.
Isaiah Washington says Superman is like Goku, one note character who views good in everybody. I don't totally agree. I get why you would say that. I totally get why you would say that. I feel like Goku definitely fits that stereotype a little bit more, especially like the more recent version of that character. But Superman is so subjective. I mean, that's the hard thing with American comics, man. I mean, it just because they're written by so many different people that it's just like unlike Dragon Ball, which is by one I mean, now it's by multiple people because of Super and all the movies and all. We're getting semantical here, but the originally was one person. Superman's written with hundreds of people, man. It's like, yeah, he has been written as one dimensional. Don't get me wrong, but there are so many, and I'm not even a big Superman fan. I'm not like trying to hardcore defend him at all, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of like Death and Return of Superman right there is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Granted, it's a 30-year-old example. I'm sure there's more recent stuff, but
I just don't.
like on that note, though, I'm curious to see what Gunn does with it because I feel like, and again, maybe hardcore Superman fans will disagree with me, but I feel like those last few movies, like say what you will, whether you like them or not, that's not really the point of what I'm trying to make. It's just like it never to me felt like actually what Superman was supposed to represent as a whole. Like if that makes any sense without really going too deep
Kind
into
of.
that.
It also, I don't know. Nolan did his thing. You know
Well,
what I
it
mean?
was also kind of coming off the back of that for sure.
Yeah, but those like Batman vs Superman movies and all that shit with what's his face with Cavill, like I don't know, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, the actors, more power to them. They did what they were asked to do.
That
From what
movie was fucking bad. I don't give a fuck who you are. Like
I
fine
still
if you
haven't
like
watched-
it. If you like it, fine. But it's not a very good movie.
I still got to get around to Snyder Cut just to watch it, and I've heard people say good things about Affleck as Batman. I haven't gotten around to it.
He's fine. It's fine. And like I liked the Zack Snyder Justice League like long cut. I thought that was fine.
Yeah, wow.
But I just don't. It's just like big bliss, like whatever kind of thing.
And I talked about this to death when it came out, but like I'm a huge
Yeah.
mark for the new Batman, so like I think that's one of the best ones
Yeah, but
ever. So
yeah, but like
that's where my brain is.
yeah, but that Batman was fucking amazing.
Well, true.
The Batman was
Yeah.
fucking amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Did you hear that people are gonna say it's saying Clayface is the bad guy?
It's a rumor mill thing.
I don't know about that one. I
I'm
think
still
it's,
leaning towards Freeze.
I mean, Freeze would be a better one, especially the
Clayface could be amazing. I just in the realistic version he's supposedly doing, I just don't know how you do that.
I'm fine with it. You want to go a little supernatural? I'm with it.
I am too. I'll
look,
wait and see.
We haven't seen Clayface before, and if they
No.
did it, I mean, I'm sure it would be awesome. So
No, I agree.
I'm into it.
I don't disagree.
Real quick, Dave and Dog said, "Can you guys help me with this? I'm watching Halloween 2 German Blu-ray import, and I'm pretty sure they have cut a lot of stuff out. Any ideas?"
Too violent. Who knows?
It could just be the European cut of the film. I don't know. Ask Tony. He went in a huge deep dive with Halloween 2 and the alternate cuts and the TV cuts and all that kind
Yeah,
of
over
shit.
and hack the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he covers the Blu-ray specifically, but if I had to take a wager, a guess, it would be that the European cut of the film is maybe missing stuff, or maybe you're remembering things from the TV version that aren't included in the theatrical, or vice versa.
Yeah, because I think commercials work differently over there too. So maybe if it was the TV cut, maybe there's like those cuts would be in different spots in the European. I wonder.
Yeah, I also fucked up Razor Ramon. You were right. He's Cuban, based off Scarface. There you go.
Okay, yeah.
I'm on a fucking roll. 2-0, baby. It's almost like I don't know everything, right?
Clearly, I do. Like, apparently, based on the ratio we're going with.
So,
I mean, what have you been watching lately, Joe? I mean, anything in particular come to mind that
Well,
wasn't MD related?
I want to get to that, but I
Sure,
also want to
okay.
talk about, sorry, you started that conversation by talking about Flicks and Friends.
Oh,
and I
yeah, I
and
did.
I wanted
I'm
to
sorry.
mention. No, you're good. And I wanted to mention. Well, you talked about the Red Clover
Yes.
episode, but I wanted to mention that I had the distinct pleasure of being on Cinema Insomnia for Mr. Lobo's Cyberpunk special. Tony was also on that as well.
Oh, yeah.
And so some people have been asking for the an Abraxas episode from us. That is our Abraxas episode. I was part of Cinema Insomnia's Cyberpunk special, and Mr. Lobo hosted Abraxas and did a whole overarching thing with me and Tony in it. And they did some amazing stuff. Dixie and Ryan and the crew and everybody. They did these like miniatures and stuff, which was really fucking cool. Definitely go check it out.
It's on the Movie Dumpster and Friends playlist.
Yeah, if you go to our page and go to Movie Dumpster and Friends, it's at the bottom, so go check that out. So that's your Braxis episode for Movie Dumpster for sure. But yeah, I had a great time. It was fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
We before we go off on that other side tangent I tried to pivot into, we got
like a list here of shit, so let's talk about it.
There was a movie we went and saw the premiere of that we were gonna do an episode on.
So let me lay this down.
Do an episode on was the key phrase.
You're gonna get the review here.
You are.
Let me preface it with the fact that like I was very excited because a friend of ours, Mark Schoenbach of Sadist Art Designs, he did a lot of posters, and he does a lot of posters for a lot of different things like Waxwork Records, and he's done some stuff for Fright Rags. He did like the poster for Scare Package, or both Scare Package movies. He actually did the Feel the Screams teaser poster, which some of you might have seen.
Shit. That came out great.
Thank you. Well, thank Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
And I saw he did a poster for The Forest Hills, which was a new werewolf movie that was coming out
with Shelley Duvall.
With Shelley Duvall. That if you've heard all the hubbub about Shelley Duvall coming back, that was what she was starring in. That was her first movie in like 30 years or some shit like that. Long ass time. So she's in it. Edward Furlong's in it. And the chick from Halloween 6,
oh yeah, I forget the
Laurie's daughter,
right?
Whatever actress that is,
she's in it.
She's in it as well,
and a bunch of like,
it's an independent movie.
A lot of no names, like people that like you might have seen like as an extra in the background of something.
Yeah. Not even.
You're right.
super independent. But like that was what was so great about it, because I was like, holy shit, Sean. I was like, dude, this Forest Hills movie's coming out. It's a fucking independent werewolf movie. Edward Furlong's gonna be in it. Shelley Duvall's gonna be in it. Mark did the fucking poster. I'm like, we gotta go. So
right. And where is it being screened, Joe?
So I'm getting to it. I'm telling the story. So Kevin Smith just acquired the Atlantic Highlands in New Jersey, Atlantic Highlands Theater. This old theater. Side note, I was talking to my mother-in-law about it, and her mom used to go watch like X-rated movies there. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing. I love that so much. I thought that was hilarious. Her and her sister went to go see it. Used to go watch them. Anyway, it's been there a long fucking time. So Kevin Smith has acquired that theater in Atlantic Highlands, and now it's called the Smodcastle Cinemas. So what's awesome about that is the fact that Kevin is having, instead of like making movies, he's now showing independent films and bringing films in to get, cast a wide net so that he can like show people the movies, premiere them for them and support the indie community, which I think is fucking awesome.
Yeah. And his house apparently is on the 3rd floor.
I think he was fucking around, but
he might have a room up there. I think he's got a room.
I'm sure he has an apartment up
there.
Yeah. So there was tickets to go see the Forest Hills at Smodcastle Cinemas, the premiere. That was the first showing like ever.
Hosted by Kevin Smith.
Edward Furlong was there, and then Shelley Duvall and ended up like Skyping in.
Yeah.
And like a Q&A. So it was bizarre. It was a bizarre night. We'll get to it. But
bizarre.
But it was cool because we were like, fuck man, let's hop on that shit. Let's go get these tickets and stuff, which were way more expensive than they should have been.
That was the real.
That really hurt. That really grabbed me by the balls and was like squeezed them real hard. But I was like, fuck it. It's a fucking, it's gonna be good, or whatever.
Sure.
So we go and it's fine, and we're sitting there and the movie starts and man, we were gonna do a ripe review on the movie, and I just don't really have too many nice things to say about it, and like I feel kind of bad about that, but like it is what it is.
Can't feel bad about someone else's movie. I mean, it's their vision. I guess I on some level there's that.
Yeah.
But like, even I mean, one of the things we walked away from that on because they have a Q&A at the end of this whole movie, and it's like Kevin Smith and people in the audience are like asking questions, and the director doesn't even really know how to answer them, and like it's in like a fashion that like he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit here and talk shit on people because
it was just bizarre.
It was just weird.
Shelley Duvall,
God bless her. So Shelley Duvall Skypes in.
She clearly
there's a Q&A after the movie.
Clearly did not know what the fuck was going on.
And Shelley Duvall Skypes. She's on this big giant screen, and it's fucking Shelley Duvall. And I'm like, oh my god! I'm like turning to him. I'm like, dude, it's fucking Shelley Duvall is there live, like talking. Like we can ask her a question if we wanted to, right? And Kevin Smith is there talking to her. It's just weird. And Edward Furlong's there. It's just this weird night. And I just felt kind of bad for a lot of it because like
it was rough, man.
It was rough. It was a rough Q&A.
Shelley, again, I'm not trying to pick on her. I'm just saying it just made it extra awkward where it was like Shelley clearly still has some problems.
Yeah.
If you're a little more familiar with her recent dealings, and like, okay, that's obviously something she's dealing with, but there was just some awkward like moments in the Q&A where the director was kind of like shushing her, and then like Shelley was like going off on a tangent, and it's just like it was just awkward. But then it's like,
but like that's what I wanted to hear. She was talking about Kubrick stuff. She was talking about Shelley Duvall's fairy tale theater and all this stuff, and I was like, that's what I want to hear, you know.
But I get you have the other actors there, and you have like the main guy Chico. I mean, I basically like. I guess watch it if it's digital at some point, but I wouldn't really spend that. I can't even recommend this movie at all, honestly. But like the main guy, Chico, I forget his actual name.
He was great.
He was good.
He was good.
I thought it maybe directed. He could have been directed a little bit better, but he did what he was asked to do, and he did it well. But the rest was just kind of. The plot made no sense. It was supposed to be a werewolf movie.
Whoa, don't spoil it too much.
Okay. I'll leave it at that.
I'm gonna say two things. One,
so don't spoil the movie we just said don't watch.
Yeah. One,
fair enough.
Because
it just come out.
I'm not gonna be a jerk. Like we shouldn't be jerks. Like if you're gonna watch it, go watch it. But like
no, that's fair.
Two
You're
things.
Right.
It was explained to the audience that halfway through the filming of this movie, it turned into a different movie. And two, it's a bait and switch.
Right,
which I don't appreciate. And the way that it's told, I understand how it was spun and the idea that they were going for. However, I feel like it was an afterthought because they didn't have the money to do what they wanted to do, so therefore cashed it in to do a different thing, which in turn I think hurt the whole thing overall. And that's what I think.
It felt like they got lucky and they got Shelley Duvall and they got a couple other decently well-known actors, and the rest just kind of came into place and they got some national attention. Because like I think even the director made a comment like, "Oh yeah, once we got Shelley, like it got some more national attention.
It got huge. It blew up, you know."
Kevin got in touch with them and all that. It was a cool experience. I mean, you're right, Joe. I don't want to just shit on it, but it was a really fucking bad movie.
Look, I had a good time.
And it was a weird night.
I had a good time, and that, like, I'm going to talk about that night. We're going to talk about that night for years, because it was fucking bizarre. And then we, like, met Edward Furlong outside.
Again, it didn't really look like he wanted to be there.
He didn't want to be, it seemed like he didn't want to be there, and I felt bad. I had, like,
a cool theater.
Yeah, it was a cool theater. It was just kind of like, it was weird. It was just bizarre. It was just bizarre. And, yeah.
Maybe when it's on Tubi.
So yeah, we're not doing a ripe review of the Forest Hills.
It's a 1 star.
So there you go.
It's 1.
If you wanna check it out, check it out. Again, we're not gonna recommend it. I give it an E for effort because the main actor guy is really good.
True.
But it just feels half baked, and again,
get that guy some more roles.
It's if what you were originally going for switched in the middle of production,
it fucking broke.
It fucking broke. It broke the machine, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyway. So that's the story. That's all you're going to get for Forest Hills, because I know that we were talking about it and we were going to do it, and there you go.
What a nightmare.
I wouldn't call it a nightmare. It was
an interesting experience. It was not a nightmare.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm coming from.
I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we saw it, and I'm glad we had that experience, because it was something. It was something for the books.
Also,
sure.
I just have to say this: don't go to a fucking Q&A. Don't be that person to ask Edward Furlong how he felt about Terminator 2. I just want to say that because that was cringe-inducing, whoever you were.
Don't remind the guy who worked with James Cameron
On his first movie, by the way.
on his first movie that he's in this movie that nobody's going to see. Don't remind him of that. Ask him about what he liked about this movie and what he's doing.
Kind of rough.
You know what I mean?
I understand wanting to know that, but like it's on Wikipedia. It's been on there since 1999. Just Google it.
There's featurettes and all kinds of shit, man.
Ask him about something else. I don't know. Just that bothered me. I felt like I just had to say that. Not that that's gonna stop anybody, but
It was I think I left more upset and disappointed. I felt bad
yeah,
more than anything. Anyway,
but it was a thing.
It was a thing.
definitely
It
a thing
certainly
worth
was a
doing.
thing.
Yeah.
yeah. So moving on. Do you want to just talk about that real quick? This
Talks from the Dark Side.
Yeah.
Live
And
stream burp.
Yeah, we'll just get that out of the way and then we can talk about other
Yeah, so
fun stuff.
Talks from the Dark Side. The initial plan, I forget if we even talked about this publicly or not, was like, well, I guess we have, is that we were trying to do it weekly.
Yes, and we've been trying to pump those out, and we've been pretty successful. But this past week, we put the one out and everything. It got fucked up, and like
Yeah, that was annoying.
it was just like one of those things where it's like we can't do this anymore because like it was so to the wire that like if something went wrong, there's no time to fix it.
Right. Yeah.
And then we have to premiere it at fucking 12 o'clock at night. That's why we did that double feature for you guys so that it was on time and they were both on time.
Right, and part of that was there were some things in that episode that were there was an event happening last night that Chris Barr ran.
Oh yeah, Midnight Madness went on last night. I don't know if any of you attended it. He did Evil Dead 2.
Yes.
We unfortunately could not be there because we were recording and doing a whole bunch of other shit to make sure that we were caught up. And doing today, of course, too.
But there was promos for
Yeah.
that in those episodes.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we wanted to make sure that those got out in time. But
Yeah.
now after the last like month of like, yeah, we're gonna do it weekly. We're gonna do it weekly, and then we kind of did, and then we kind of did, and then we kind of did, and then we kind of didn't. And then it was kind of funny. Just on an aside, I said to Joe a couple weeks ago, my dad, because he watches a lot of the Talks from the Dark Side. He's kind of gotten into it himself, and he's like, yeah, why don't you do that bi-weekly? I'm like, well, Dad, there's a plan, and that doesn't make any sense, Dad. And spoilers, it's now going to be a bi-weekly show.
Well, yeah.
Maybe you want to go into more detail, Joe.
We're doing it bi-weekly because I see what you did there. We were doing it bi-weekly because
intentionally.
Yeah, we're doing it bi-weekly because we want to make sure that we can get it out on time
and consistently.
We wanted to make sure the initial idea was to do it every week so that we had consistent content for you guys every week.
Right. If we don't have a main
episode or a book to the movie or a ripe review, you always had talks. However, it's going to switch again because we need to allow more room for error, I guess is what it is. Because again, we have a full work day and then we have to do it after and then we have to make sure that it doesn't get fucked up.
And honestly, like just to get the other stuff done on time too, because like
that too, because
if you focus too much on talks, if that's coming out in time, but everything else is getting delayed too, then it's almost like what's that saying? You pay in Peter to help Paul or whatever the fuck it is. It's an old saying. My mom says it all the time. I don't know. Borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. Some religious bullshit. But anyway,
Peter, Paul, and Mary. Right.
Anyway, that's the point. Yeah. So that's the plan going forward. So next week we won't have an episode. You did just get a twofer.
Yeah. We also don't want to sacrifice the quality of the episodes. So it's like if we're rushing to get it done, you know what I mean? That's not good for anybody, and that kind of takes the fun out of it too. So.
Exactly.
What's up, Valerie Gothic? How you doing?
What is up?
And Isaiah Washington, what's cooking? Well, y'all are having your own conversation.
Yeah. I'm trying to read some of this.
Reading some of this. Y'all are talking to each other.
But yeah, so that's basically the immediate future for Talks from the Dark Side. And
let's keep it clean in there, shall we? No.
Yeah. Do I got to break the phone out and start banning people? With that said, though, so that's basically the Talks update.
Yeah, basically. Dan Belcher. Hey guys, do you do what you can? I know you speak for many. Sorry. I know I speak for many when I say whenever we hear that alert, we will watch whenever you upload. Well, we really appreciate that, man. Hopefully, y'all are getting the alerts too, because it's like
the shorts in particular. For some reason, I've noticed just on multiple channels that I've dealt with, ours included, where it's just like post a short. And then like 12 hours later, it gives me the notification. I'm like, why didn't that go up an hour ago?
I mean, I don't give a
weird
fuck.
to me. I don't understand why that
I'm
happens.
less worried about the shorts.
But
and
I'm saying if that's affecting videos too, then I'm worried
right.
about it.
Well,
I don't know.
My next point was I'm less worried about the shorts and more worried about y'all getting the fucking
content, yeah.
the notification for new episodes coming out. Like for the premieres and stuff, because you should be notified if you're signed up for that. So
Half hour usually it'll let you know.
Yeah, but if you hit the let me
the
know,
bell,
if you hit the bell, like it'll literally once it's posted for if we post a video or if we put a premiere up, they should get the fucking alert.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
There's been a few people in the chat that have been like, fuck, I didn't get the alert, I'm late, and like, fuck, I didn't know this was happening, and all this kind of shit.
YouTube is fucking weird. I don't know why. I get it, there's like a billion people on the platform, but sometimes I'm just scratching my head too, Joe.
Yeah. Joe P said, love the content. Please keep at it. Thank you so much, Joe P.
Thank you, Joe P.
And Fred Leggett gave us $2 and said, for the Nuki VHS search. I
Did
got it somewhere in
I was
here.
gonna say the red letter. Didn't they destroy like every copy?
That's what,
or a large amount of them.
We were talking in the talks chat the other night about how
when I kept falling asleep.
Well,
and
there
I
you
was
go,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's why I wasn't in the chat. I kept falling asleep.
You got to lay off the MDUs, man.
Yeah.
I just made a comment because I was pissed off. Not at Red Letter Media, because I didn't really do anything.
I think I did see that. Yeah,
but I got pissed off because they did that Nuki bit, and then everybody and their fucking mother
tried to do the same
thought that Nuki was now worth fucking like $30,000. I'm going to grade my sealed copy of Nuki.
Which I think was the kind of the bit to begin with, was them poking fun at how ridiculous the grading
right, and it is ridiculous,
is.
and I do agree with them, but it was like counterintuitive.
Yeah, which I'm sure they
at the end of the day,
but
I don't think it's fucking hilarious. I know because like I hang out in these forums and shit, and people are like, "Fuck, man, I can't get like a copy." People that want a copy of Nuki should be able to get a copy of Nuki for a reasonable price.
And there's not that many of them out there, so they should be able
I'm
to
one.
get it.
No, that's what I'm saying. They congregate in those groups that I'm part of.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, it just kind of sucks because I know that, like, let's just say hypothetically, Nuki's one that you wanted to add to your collection, and now it's not that it's impossible, but it's going to be extra difficult now to get a copy of that just because.
I'm sure people were pissed that they destroyed a bunch of them.
What's funny is like that used to be like a joke movie between Chris Barr and I.
Well, I think between a lot of people.
We put out an HD transfer version of Nuki on Home Video Express when we did Home Video Express, so we had it in our releases too.
Oh my
so
God.
I think that's fucking hilarious. I don't know how we never did that. We should do. I know Red Letter
Nuki?
did. I know Red Letter did.
You talked about doing it the one time, and then you started explaining the plot to me, and I was like, I don't even know if I want
fucking ET ripoff. I think it would be funny for a commentary track. Let us know if you guys want that. Or a watch along or something, especially if you've never seen it and can't find it. I think it might be on YouTube, but anyway.
I'm sure I'll love it.
It is definitely a hang out with your friends and have a couple beers movie for sure.
Give me like 5 of these
fucking
fuckers.
Bizarre.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Named Nuki. That looks like the fucking ET porno.
No, it looks worse than the ET porno.
Now you're talking.
Anyway, hey, what's up, Parker? What's up? What's going on? DNA Gaming, what's cooking, dude?
Mac and me, yeah, that's the other ET one, yeah.
Kefka Fanatic, what's cooking?
Fred Leggett says the director's cut of Nuki is needed.
Yes.
I'd watch it.
Kefka Fanatic, no, there's not a Nuki group. There's VHS collector groups that have been around for a long time. But those all kind of gone to shit, too, because now everybody and their fucking mother's like, I got a copy of Back to the Future, and it's sealed, and it's graded. What do you want for it? And people are like, get the fuck out of here.
I think Tony has like 20 copies of like Jurassic Park or some bullshit just because it's so cheap.
Well, that's also a goof. Like, Jerry Maguire was a big one. Yeah. Like, again, like, I'm not trying to sound like a hipster, but like I've been doing this I've been collecting for a long time just because it's fun and like being in groups with people and trading and getting tapes from each other. And then like it blew up because I think the Disney thing kicked it off, where it was like, oh, those Disney tapes are worth like a ton of money, man.
Oh, like the clamshells.
And then just like the American Picker show, they find one fucking thing and make a buck on it, and all of a sudden everything's worth money because it's old or it's a VHS tape.
You know how that goes with fads and retro becomes popular again, especially like the 80s and VHS tapes are now like there's way more people that are into it now than there was even like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Even people that are casually, so but the price goes up on everything.
On the other hand, I do appreciate that people want to be part of the culture and stuff. Like, we should be able to hang out and like trade tapes and do all that kind of stuff. But like when the people come in that are like trying to grade tapes and like doing like fucking money laundering scams and like totally fucking up, because the optics to a normie is that the fucking the box of Disney tapes my kids used to have is now worth $1 million, which is not true. You know what I mean?
It's the same problem. Anything that's getting graded, like Pokemon cards or
bullshit
anything like that. It's
Well-
yeah, there is some value to it. I understand like the logic of it all. I'm not an idiot. I'm just saying it just feels very scammy, or it's built in a way where anyone that doesn't totally like understand it, you could definitely milk them for money.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Isaiah Washington asks and donates $5.
And thank you very
Isaiah.
much. You know, we do ask. You guys can ask questions without paying. By the way,
Yes.
it's okay.
We'll
talk to you.
The Children of the Corn remake thoughts. Did y'all see the trailer? Joe sent me the poster when it first got announced, and I was like, I'm good, but also like I really don't like the original. I like aspects of the original, but I don't like the ending because it's not faithful to the book, to the novel. But
I think the original movie's great. I think the book is also. I think the novella is good too, or the short story rather.
Sure.
But
the new one, I didn't hear good things.
Yeah, I don't think it looks great. It's by the guy who directed Equilibrium, an MDU classic.
Kurt Wimmer?
Kurt Wimmer, yeah.
Why do I know that?
I don't know. Thanks for knowing that,
don't
though.
know
That's what I was. Oh, the Equilibrium guy.
Ultraviolet.
Yeah. Oh my God, he did do
One of the
Ultraviolet.
only movies I ever
That's
walked
right.
out
That's right.
on.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Children of the Corn remake. Yeah. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do, because I've been kicking it around, and I'm thinking about like. I want to ask Sean. I haven't even asked him yet, so I guess I'll ask you now. Or kick it around. Like,
Sure.
it would be fun to kind of look at those movies or do one of the lesser known ones that are better, because I really like 3. I think 3 is very good. Urban Harvest.
I would totally defer to you because, again, the first one is great. I will agree, but just, again, the ending, I said that already.
I would probably, maybe. We got to figure out the schedule, and like if we
Isn't
have
that
time.
out already, though?
No, it didn't come out yet.
Oh, it didn't?
It's
Okay.
coming out soon. Well, so spoilers. We were gonna do Salem's Lot.
Yeah, that
And we were gonna do the Toby Hooper Salem's Lot, and we were gonna do Chapel Wait on Patreon, and then we were gonna do a ripe review of Salem's Lot, the new one with Bill Sadler as Count.
Orlok.
No, not Count Orlok. Count Orlok is
What's that
Nosferatu.
from? Oh my God.
Mr. Barlow.
Right, Barlow. Which may still happen. It's just the movie keeps getting fucking delayed.
It got pushed back, so we're not doing Salem's Lot this month, or April rather.
Right. Well, right. Well, it is. I mean, again,
yeah.
April
So
1st.
so we were like, oh, what's some other vampire content we could do, and maybe we'll do some Stephen King stuff. So stay tuned. We're kicking a few things around. But as far as Children of the Corn goes, so I can finish that thought. Maybe we will do, if we have time, we'll watch them all and kind of give our thoughts on what we think of the series, and if we needed another one of those.
If I gotta watch all of them, I'm making fucking Tony from Hack the Movies come on the episode to
Tony
feel some of his fucking
No,
own medicine.
Fuck him. He's got enough time. He can watch it now.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I love the guy, but these 6 episodes for him to watch 7 movies and come on my show for 2 hours. It's like,
Oh, it's
all right. Yeah, now
it's
I've
fine.
seen every Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so now Tony will have to watch.
I think
Children of the Corn.
the thing with that is Tony assumes that you've seen most of the movies. Like I didn't
I
watch.
mean, that's a fair.
I didn't
assumption.
rewatch any of the Tremors because I didn't have to.
I watched
know them
every
all.
single one of
Yeah,
them.
I've seen them all. I think except for like the most recent one I had to watch. That was the
Oh, those were fun.
the Texas Chainsaw was a fun episode. To do with him. Sorry, let me see what we got cooking here.
Yeah. Low Wang DC asks Maximum Overdrive watch along. I kind of maybe one day might want to just straight up do a review on
Maximum
that.
Overdrive. I would love to cover. I think we should do that.
It's underrated.
Yeah, I think it's underrated as a film, and like Mike Felser did such a great job on that Shout or Scream Factory Blue that they put out with all the special features and stuff. So that was cool.
Speaking of Tony and Children of the Corn, he's in the chat. He writes in all capitals. I'm not gonna yell like you, Tony. He says I planned a Children of the Corn episode, but they kept delaying the release. Yeah, I feel the fucking burn, man.
Let's make a fucking compromise right here. Okay, Tony. You do the Children of the Corn episode, and we'll show up. How does that sound?
I guess. Turned it on me there, Joe, but okay.
Now you have to do it.
I mean, if Tony will bring us on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you let us know, Tone. We'll figure something out.
If not, I guess maybe we'll do 3 one day, I guess, is the one you're leaning towards.
Spencer, if you guys want to ask a question at Movie Dumpster so it highlights so we could see it. It's easier to read.
Yeah, otherwise we're just kinda
Otherwise,
going
I'm
in
like
there
trying to look
blind,
between
yeah.
things.
And
What was the one where the kid gets chopped up in the wood chipper at the end? That's the first one, isn't it?
of
Children of the Corn. Doesn't Isaac get thrown in there?
Might. You're right. Yeah.
I don't know. I forget.
I
haven't
haven't
seen
watched
it
it
in
in years. Again, I hated the ending,
Yeah.
so I always turned it off when it gets to that part.
a while. Spencer says Adventures in Dinosaur City Deluxe Review. Yes, Clayton Fioriti is supposed to be visiting
Oh yeah, at some point
at some
soonish.
point, so we got to talk to him whenever he's around, because I know that he's probably going to do stuff with Tony too. We're gonna grab him and we're gonna do Adventures
In the dungeon.
And yeah, he's gonna be in person here. We're gonna do Adventures in Dinosaur City. So yeah.
See, I looked to my right because he said Dinosaur City, but I'm thinking Jack Kirby came to my
Oh,
mind.
well, you keep fucking it up because Jack Kirby is the Marvel artist. We're talking about Josh Kirby.
Oh, yeah,
Time
right.
Warrior.
Yeah. Have I been saying that this whole
Yeah.
time? Oh my god.
I love Jack
I've
Kirby.
been saying it for fucking a year or two then.
Josh Kirby, Time Warrior, we've talked about for years.
Yeah, we were talking about it again earlier. Again, it's not something we're announcing yet, but that is increasingly seems like it's going to actually happen.
Who was the guy that always wanted it?
Surge?
No.
Contro or Tatro?
Tatro wanted that so bad, and we promised
He's
and we
still
promised
around.
and we
He's still
promised and we
around.
promised, and it's coming, Tatro, specifically because I know he's the most excited for it. But that will be a Patreon exclusive. That will be a special 5-part mini series.
Yes.
That we're gonna do. We're gonna also film a couple little
Sure.
bits around it too.
We
so
tried to do it
it'll be fun.
last year. It got too hectic, so this year we're going to definitely do that.
We
just
got
don't
the
know
tape-
the release date.
We got the tapes lined up. We're fucking ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Movie numbers. The Toby Hooper Mr. Barlow was the scariest vampire I ever saw, and that kid in the window scene was so famous. Dude, the Danny Glick when he's scratching at the window and shit, that was scary as fuck. That was a made-for-TV movie too.
It's crazy.
It has Juliette Lewis's dad in it too. He's great. He's also
Is
in.
he also a Scientologist?
I don't fucking know.
I'm just wondering.
He's in Lawnmower Man. He's the
Okay.
Irish guy who runs the fucking landscaping company.
Oh god.
Anyway, he's in Salem's Lot and he's creepy as fuck when he turns
His
into
buddy or whatever?
Yeah, when he turns into a vampire, he's fucking scary as hell. Yes, agreed. And so I'm looking forward to that because I really want to tackle Toby Hooper's Salem's Lot.
Johnny Browning says that he needs some more Pumpkinhead chat on the show. Maybe. I mean, based on what Joe's told me, anything after 2 is just not even worth your time.
Yes.
But we did also. I don't want to keep referencing Tony because I don't want to make this the fucking Tony show as much as he'd love that.
Well,
But there was an idea years ago that you and
For-
Tony had to do something with the Pumpkinhead video game.
oh, we should still do that. The problem is it runs on MS-DOS, so I think
Oh.
Tony might have a computer or we have access to a computer. We
completely
should do
forgot about it till
maybe,
right now.
Maybe we do that for like around Halloween or something.
maybe.
We'll do a Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings fucking DOS game playthrough.
Yeah, well, Tony also he does do that series on his channel. that he
Yeah,
brought
just like the
back.
movie. So maybe we'll do
Yeah.
it for that. How's that sound?
His video game tie-in show. And Nacho Diablo, thank you very much.
Yes,
for
wow,
the
thank you
$10
so much.
Donation. Say just showing some love, and we rock. Well, thank you.
Appreciate
You
that.
rock, my good man. Fiore saying, if you had to choose another Texas Chainsaw movie to review, I guess minus the Hack the Movies crossover, which one would you cough? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, the prequel of the remake, cough. Honestly, if we were going to, in my opinion, I'd probably want to do 2, but I'm kind of good on Texas Chainsaw just between our show and going on Hack the Movies and covering it. But that would be the one I would want to do.
The one I would do, there has been a director that has been sending me his progress with his film, which is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film called The Sawyer Massacre. That I would be interested in doing. I believe I got to reach out to him. Excuse me, I forgot his name, but I got to reach out to him. The movie wasn't finished yet, and I think it is done now. I'm not sure, but that'd be something I'd like to watch and talk about for sure, and maybe a ripe or something. What else we got? Dan Belcher, what classic crappy horror movie with a good premise and poor execution would you want to remake?
I mean, we talk about this occasionally. Jack Goes when we had said maybe would be one we would want.
I don't need to remake.
I'm
Jack,
saying that's
though.
one that comes to mind.
What would I like to remake personally?
You know, I'll remake Leprechaun, and because Mark Jones is a fucking genius and is getting those royalty checks for like years on
You
end.
just want to fucking kick it with a Mai Tai off your one fucking thing
yeah,
you don't have to
and
do
then,
anymore.
Yeah, make 7 more and keep paying me. That's what I'll do.
I would really want to do. You know what's funny? We were on my buddy Mike Boylan's podcast a while ago, before we even had this show. When we first dropped the Field of Screams trailer, and we were
Was that you and Chris on that?
Yeah, we were trying to get. It's me, Chris, and Lindsay. Lindsay
yeah.
Barris, his cousin and collaborator and friend, and we did the Field of Screams trailer, and then we also did Outhouse, and we talked about that on the Alone in the Dark podcast. So you can check that out. You can go check out that episode, but also go check out that podcast. Mike Boylan's a good dude. We talked on that episode specifically of what we'd like to remake, and I'm pretty sure I said The Kindred.
I feel like you've said that since then on our
like,
show,
I think like that one I would really want to remake, and I think I'd have a lot of fun like doing that. I love the sci-fi poppycock creature on amok shit. I mean, or in Little River Monster stuff, of course, and Ghoulies. I would like to take a crack at for sure.
You and Beekler.
Yeah,
or you're standing on Beekler's
pay
shoulder.
homage to the man. You know.
Yeah.
There's a few things, and maybe like speaking of Beekler, like maybe even Cellar Dweller, like that is something that was, I mean, at the time, people were like, oh, there's like no gore in this, like it's very tame.
Yeah,
and not that I would gore it up, but I love the concept there of the comic book and coming out of the comic book and all that stuff, and it kind of ties in with Ghoulies anyway. Ghoulies 3, anyway.
I saw comment go up a little bit. There you go. Grizzlehorn asks, how's the relationship with Cavity Colors going? I'm wearing the Crow shirt now.
It's going good, man. We're affiliates to them,
right?
So they don't pay us to promote. They give us we basically, the way that it works is like
we're the arbiters.
We're the arbiters. So the more that people buy through our links and our promo codes and stuff, the better it is for us. Right. We're gonna have some more promos. We were actually just talking before about cutting a couple more promos. It's just been crazy, you know. So we figured out how to do a couple short ones that we're gonna do for the new Evil Dead collection and the Scream collection. Oh, speaking of Scream, somebody asked what we thought of Scream 6.
Still haven't seen it.
Did not see it.
So don't spoil it. Do want to see it. Did finally see 5.
I know what happens, but I don't care. Go ahead.
I do care, so don't tell me.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
5, thought it was good. Solid 4 out of 5. Now I gotta see 6. Just have to get around to it.
Grizzlehorn said, oh, did you already say that? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Hey, RJ says, hey, Movie Dumpster, can we get a Deep Rising watch along? Yeah, if you've noticed, we've been going back to the films that we've already reviewed and putting them for watch-alongs. Like tonight, when we do Coffee at 8 o'clock, which we have to get out of here soon because we got to prep for that.
Oh, yeah, shit.
If you're on Patreon, we're doing Coffee tonight at 8 o'clock. If you're not signed up for Patreon, sign up for $5 or $10 tiers. Come hang out tonight at 8 for Pam Grier Classic Coffee.
Again, super busy. Would have done it earlier in the month. It just shit didn't line up.
It didn't line up.
I mean, do you want to talk about that a little
bit?
But
we're also making good on it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's answer a couple things.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Johnny says, Jeffrey Lewis was also the sidekick in the Clint Eastwood orangutan films.
Oh, God.
Yes. Jeffrey Lewis, that's his name, yeah. Right turn, Clyde.
We cannot do those movies. There's just so much negative I could just say about that shit. Fucking treated that orangutan like shit.
Well,
I'll leave it at that.
Sure, but like
they treated it like fucking shit.
Okay, they do that for most things, like, but that's not the takeaway. That's why we're not going to talk about it.
Exactly.
Will you guys do? Isaiah Washington says, "Will you guys do black horror exploitation movies since no one else reviews them?" Of course, we do it every.
We did a bunch.
We do it every year. We do it every year for February.
Yeah, we started that a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. We do our Blaxploitation month where we did the first time we did it, we did Blackula, Coffee, and P.D. Wheatstraw.
Right.
All three for that first time.
And then last year we did one because we were trying something different.
Yeah,
we did like a split month.
We did a split month where we did Valentine's Day. We did My Demon Lover. And
As a Valentine.
We did Scream, Blackula, Scream, and then My Demon Lover. But we did a watch along of Blackenstein.
Go look that up.
Yeah.
$5 here. But yeah, then this year we did Tales from the Hood and
Tales from the Hood and Disco Godfather.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we'll be doing some good stuff next year.
Oh, and we did the
and we did the Bones mini.
Yes, and we did a bunch of stuff like the New Jack City commentary.
And we did the New Jack City commentary track. And we did Don't Be a Menace watch along.
There you go. I was trying to
Yeah,
remember
so
what
we
the
did a
watch
ton
along
of
was.
we did a ton of black movies for February in different capacities.
And I guess coffee is, but we did that for Women Empowerment Month. But yeah, that's also a black exploitation.
Oh,
film.
100%. Well, that's what we
did it
we did
originally,
cover
yeah,
originally for that, but we did it. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Chet Lee.
Hey, Chet, thank you.
What's up? Thank you, man. Missed most of this, but great to see you. Hey, great to see you
Great to
too.
see you,
Thank you
Chet.
so much.
Welcome.
DNA Gaming says thoughts on 65. Did not see it yet.
We didn't end up
Trying.
seeing it.
We were gonna do a ripe on it. We just didn't get to it.
I again, that's another one I've not heard great things about, but I still do want to see it. I'm curious to see like why it doesn't work. That according to what I've read online.
Yeah. Bill says never saw Coffee before. Looking forward to watching it, dude. You're in for a treat. It is one of the best exploitation movies, period, of the 70s.
It's got some rough stuff in there too.
Oh my God!
Like now that I'm thinking about it,
Pam the fucking Blam Greer. Let me tell you something. You tune in and we'll talk about it. But yeah, it's great. It's really great. Ermac says, did you guys finish the RE4 remake? No.
have played it.
I played it. I played a couple hours of it, but like, I don't have a whole day to play the fucking game. But yeah,
I'm in the castle.
It looks great.
Just a couple hours here, a couple hours there.
Yeah. So I can't. Well, maybe not tonight, but I'll definitely squeeze a couple in tomorrow for sure. I've loved it so far. I think the changes are fine. I love the redesign of a lot of things. Oh, what did I like specifically?
I like a lot of the changes, but I still think so far, based on where I'm at in the game, again, like I said, in the castle, I guess for context for where I'm at in the castle is I've met Ada. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I just fought El Gigante. So
that's a cool fight.
So he looked great.
I also feel like just because I've played the first version of it so many times, I'm just like the muscle memory is kind of there, and this one they do change enough, which is a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
That like I remember how I went about things, but like there's sections in the game I'm like, okay, this was this thing from the original, but they just repurposed it in a way. Like there's like a fight that was optional in the original, but it's you have to do it in this version because of the way they restructured the map.
They flipped the one that got me because the chainsaw ganado, that when you go into the house where the big guy is who turns into the spider later, I forget his name. You go into that house first, and then when you go out, the chainsaw ganado's out there. Now you walk from the other way up to the house, and he's already fucking coming at you. I was like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for that.
It's a really good remake. All the Resident Evil remakes are
yeah,
good. I actually
it's great.
Went back and finally finished the second remake because I never actually beat it when it came out. I did Claire A and Leon B. Although I did read that
RE2 is so good.
People were trying to say that actually the canon version now is actually the reverse of the classic Claire A, Leon B. It's actually Leon A, Claire B, if anyone cares. Which semantical shit where they would have just met certain characters in a different order.
It's all the same gravy, baby.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Shit.
Yeah.
I hope they do Dino Crisis or Code
Dino
Veronica.
Crisis would be great. Code Veronica I'm waiting for, and I hope that comes.
But I hope Dino Crisis is next.
Because Code Veronica fucking rules, man. It really does. And if anything could use an update, it's that one. Because Resident Evil 4 is great.
Yeah,
it was.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, I'm kind of like, let's move on to another franchise. Like, yeah, they could easily do Code Veronica. I mean,
bro, I'll fucking buy every fucking Resident Evil remake they'll make.
I'm just saying, Dino Crisis, if they were,
Dino Crisis would be great.
It would probably take more R&E to get, no, so talk about no pun intended.
Oh, maybe.
But it probably would take longer to get off the ground because of the dinosaurs and shit. But
man, that T-Rex fight remade.
I've never actually played Dino Crisis.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I didn't have a PS1 for the longest time. And then when I got it, it was like kind of like once PS2 was out, so I was just kind of playing like back catalog RPG shit.
We should do that. We should play it. We'll play it on the Tube TV. What was I gonna say?
Anyway,
wait. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's what we do.
That's the point of the show. No,
just real quick because we're gonna wrap up soon and we don't want to get to these, but the now there's a fucking Ganado with like a bull head on, and he's got a giant sledgehammer. I thought that was fucking sick.
That was a good dish. A lot of smart stuff. Again, if you played the original, a lot of smart stuff. If you never played it, you don't have to, but I would imagine you'd have a good time.
Yeah, I had just to your point, like I jumped right back in, and I was good to go with the controls, except now that the R3 button is incorporated, it kind of fucked me up a couple times to like dodge some stuff, and I was like, shit.
I gotta get used to the dodging. I keep forgetting to dodge and use my knife.
The best, dude. And you can counter one of my favorite things is you can do stealth kills now.
Yeah.
That was fucking great. I was like, this is great.
Solid Snake shit.
Yeah.
CQC.
All right, we're gonna get to a couple of these, and then we're gonna start heading into the end of the show.
Cool.
Grizzlehorn says, "How about the D&D movie? Stay tuned. We saw it the other day. We
Yes.
fucking loved it. We thought it was great.
We already filmed the review.
The review is filmed, and it's coming out soon."
We will let you know when it's coming, but yeah, soon.
DNA Gaming says 65 is pretty solid. If you keep your expectations where they should be. If Parker watches it, we will cover it. Hope you get to see it.
Okay.
Me too. Like the way I saw it was like, oh, it's a Dino Crisis movie. But then my buddy the other day told me that specifically like what the twist is. But apparently they reveal it in the trailer, so I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't.
Which
make
apparently,
I
I didn't really know what the twist is, unless the twist is that it's dinosaurs.
thought it was more Planet of the Apes, but it's more not that.
Okay, but I guess the director was pissed because they spoil it in a trailer.
Yeah. Which is kind of
Those
shitty, but
Dino
it's
Boys.
also, I don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't need that part. You could have just been like, Adam Driver fell into a time machine and he went back in time.
I know.
He went into a wormhole or something. I don't give a fuck. You could have just, it would have been
Farscape.
simple. Yeah. Daniel Belcher says, totally random question, but have either of you heard of the Vinton claymation movie, The Adventures of Mark Twain? Yes. I actually have it somewhere. That movie's insane. It's great.
Was it claymation?
Yeah, it's all stop motion stuff. So
Huh.
I'm a huge fan of that. So yes, it's great. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, as we ease out of this, because we do have to get ready.
Yes.
For the watch along, the coffee watch along. One more. Johnny Browning says, movie dumpster. I tried to grab a few of those D&D popcorn D20 dice for my friends, but was too late. Oh, really? They had that?
That was at AMC. I saw that.
Oh, AMC. See, we went to Cinemark. If they had them at Cinemark, those motherfuckers would have been coming home with us.
They had cups, but I was like good at that
They had cups?
point. Yeah.
I didn't see the
I
cups.
wasn't spending $20.
I got my wife a Mario bucket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
But
What,
yeah,
what
yeah.
else did you want to say? Did you want to say? Oh, do you want to talk about what's coming up? What we got planned?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much covered everything else we
Yeah.
wanted to talk about. I guess so. Yeah, we have the coffee watch along again. A little late, but it's here. Our Leprechaun 2 commentary track also
That's the
will
one.
be coming. The Shamrock Shake is it smells disgusting.
Yeah.
The cum is just emanating out of it. But yes, it is coming soon.
But it's still got that
come,
great
come.
minty. It's got that great minty flavor still. So don't worry about it.
Yes. So apologies again, but again, we were super
Yeah.
busy the last few weeks, just with work and just personal shit.
We know you don't have it for St. Patrick's Day, but you will have it regardless.
Yes, and there will be another commentary track for April, which I don't know if we may have figured out, but it's escaping me at this moment.
Yeah, I forget
it's
the name
Easter
of it.
themed.
There are two low-budget
Yes, I guess I'll pull
bunny-themed horror movies that we were doing a watch-along and a commentary track for. We have never seen either of them. We watched the trailer. I think I scrubbed through.
Okay.
You got it? Here we go.
Since we're talking about
Yeah.
it, again, some of this I guess we didn't update yet on the document, but commentary track is this movie called Easter Bunny Massacre.
Easter Bunny Massacre is going to be a commentary track.
So Google that. And the watch along is called Easter Holocaust.
Okay, and strap in for fucking Easter Holocaust for the watch-along.
Get your fucking critter eggs ready, your kites.
We do have, and our two main episodes we'll talk about too. So those were for Patreon. That's our
Yes.
commentary and our watch-along.
For the $5 and $10 tiers.
For the 5 and 10 tiers.
Patreon.com/movie dumpster.
We have a Dungeons and Dragons ripe coming through.
Yep.
We can't make any promises on this one, but we're talking about doing a subspecies, the new subspecies movie that just came out, a ripe review for that, but no promises because I don't know if we can get our hands on it yet.
Right.
So that's up in the air.
We have a book to the movie,
We have a book to the movie.
which we did tease on Patreon, but
Yep.
it's our book to the movie covering the seminal classic on this show. Glug 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 glug. Yeah,
Super Mario Brothers.
We had CB in here, and we actually did record a second one that's going to be coming later this year,
Yeah.
but that's coming next week
Yeah,
in
so that's
honor
gonna be
of
good.
the new movie dropping,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if I'm going to see in theaters, but I hope
already-
it's good. It
I already
looks
got my
cool.
tickets. We're
Okay.
gonna go. Date night, baby. We're gonna get some sushi. We're gonna see some fucking Mario Brothers movie. That's good with me.
Give the dumpster dwellers the update next month.
There you go. We
Uh,
are not reviewing it though.
no, we are not.
Yeah.
We may talk about it.
Yeah.
And then our main line again. We had some other stuff. We had to shuffle stuff around because this fucking Salem's Lot thing screwed us over.
The
a
Salem's
little
Lot
bit.
kind of fucked us up a little bit. We are going to be doing Garbage Pail Kids, and tentatively the guest will be the Doom Generation podcast, the gals from Doom Generation. We have not locked that in yet to
Yes.
stone, but that is the plan. And then in lieu of an Evil Dead Rise review, which we will not be covering.
No. We've considered it.
We've considered it. We were also going to do Evil Dead 2, but we said, nah, you know what? I'm good.
What are we gonna say? It's
what
great.
What are we gonna say?
We
yeah,
love
it's great.
Ash rules, groovy.
Groovy. Yeah. But we are going to do Evil Dead Trap, the Japanese horror science fiction fucking completely nutso movie.
Talk about a fucking seminal class. I mean, I haven't watched it in like 10 years. But this movie...
I remember the first time I showed it to you and your fucking jaw was on the ground.
I don't want to say too much. I want to save it for the episode. But yeah, when Joe showed me this movie back, like, it was either in high school or right out of high school, I was like, what the fuck is this? And feed it to me.
It's funny because it's called Evil Dead Trap, and within that, it's like Evil Dead meets Tourist Trap on the set of Akira.
Yes, I don't remember a lot. I just remember some of the... I distinctly remember one kill with a fucking wood pillar going up either a vagina or into a leg.
It's a room with a bunch of pikes. We'll get to it.
Holy shit, is it good.
Yeah, it's really good.
We're trying to... I feel like we've been saying this for years, but we're really making an effort this season, and this is kind of the start. Well, I guess actually Thriller was the start.
Yeah.
To do more foreign stuff. I mean,
yeah.
we've done other... I to the point where I actually forgot this isn't our first Japanese film. We did Tetsuo, obviously.
The Iron Man, yeah.
But it's been so many seasons.
This is the first video Japanese movie we're
yes,
gonna do. So we'll get to show you some stuff.
Sukiyaki, Western Django also, I guess, technically. It was Takashi Miike. But...
Yeah, I guess you're right. We did.
But not a lot. We're trying to dabble. We eventually want to get into those giallo and shit like that.
Different flavors.
Yes.
Still,
get out of the fucking state.
still harder to find flicks, or maybe flicks you may not have seen.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Mixing it up a little bit more.
But yeah, I mean, Garbage Pail Kids, I've never actually seen.
That's gonna be a great one. You're gonna fucking hate it. I know it. But
I'm familiar with
there's going to be a lot to talk about.
If I grew up when I did in the 90s, then I know it was more of an 80s product or IP, if you will. But
100%.
But I was familiar with it. I know what it is. I've seen the figures on the shelf. I know many people have covered it, so I'm curious. I've seen pictures and videos.
A lot of people have covered it, but
I want to hear the MD version of that.
It's okay because I don't. Wow. I feel like everybody who reviews that movie is like, this movie fucking sucks.
Sure.
And I'm gonna be like, guess what? I don't give a fuck because I like that movie. It's a piece of shit. I don't even think it's a piece of shit so much as it's just a fucking weird oddball kids movie, and you know that I'm here for that 100%. Plus, you have John Carl Buechler doing all of the animatronics and little people effects, like all the effects, and Phil Fondacaro is in it.
Well, there you go.
As Greaser fucking Greg, baby. So there you go.
I'm into it. So that's what you got coming. And again, there'll probably be a couple other little things in there that we'll announce at a later date. We just, again, Salem's Lot fucked us, and we've just been busy, so we haven't figured out some semantical.
It didn't fuck us. It's just, it just changed.
I'm acting like they have. God damn you, Salem's
It's all your fault, William Sadler.
Actually, I did read that it was because Evil Dead Rise took its slot. Like,
really?
In the production schedule.
I mean, it would have buried it, like, straight up.
So, I mean, hopefully it comes soon. Maybe the summer it'll finally drop. Maybe they'll hold on to it till the fall. Maybe that, honestly, might be more interesting. But...
I mean, it would. I mean, that'd be great.
Get Halloween, Salem's Lot.
Maybe it will be a trick or
trash.
There you go.
It doesn't take place in Halloween. I guess that rule's starting to kind of lose steam. We're starting to run out of movies.
We're not running out of movies, baby. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, I'll hold you to that, Joe.
I will get that fucking through line through it all the way.
All right.
But that's a conversation for another day. All right, we got to get out of here, folks. We got to go get ready for the watch along. But we had a fucking blast. Thank you so much for hanging out. We really appreciate you and hanging out in the chat, talking to each other. I think my favorite thing about these is y'all getting together and just having your own fucking conversation and talking to each other. The dumpster community, that really makes me feel good. It makes us feel good.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for fucking keeping it strong and fighting the good fight for the dumpster and for the bad movies that actually are fucking great.
And Mr. Lobo always say they're
not bad movies. They're just misunderstood. But sometimes they're bad and we like them anyway. You know?
Yeah. You just stick that lapel.
We got blood kicking right over there on the TV. But yeah, thank everybody who's supporting us on Patreon. Thank you so much. Like, we really appreciate that.
Subscribing and hanging out here tonight.
Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the videos and sharing them and stuff. I mean, it's all good stuff. It's been on the up and up, and we're really trying to give you the best content that we can possibly give you with the allotted time that we have.
Exactly.
And that's why we had to make some adjustments, like we mentioned in the beginning of the episode. So yeah, we love you and have an awesome night. If you're on Patreon and you're coming over for the coffee thing, we'll see you in a little bit. And
Yes.
and yeah, have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you on the next wrap up for April.
Yes.
Have a good one, guys.